rivals as the Riders roll into town to face the Elks. A win for Saskatchewan today. They eliminate the Elks and clinch a playoff spot for themselves in the process. A must-win here for Edmonton. Who do we expect them to rely upon today?
They'll rely on the run game. They have 3 great running backs, the Elks, and third on that depth chart about 2 months ago was Justin Rankin, who has made the most of his opportunities. Last 2 games versus a strong Winnipeg defense, Rankin rushed for over 100 yards in both. The Rider tasked with leading the defensive efforts to limit the Elks' ground attack is Jameer Thurman. Thurman leads the Riders in forced fumbles, ruck, meet hard plays.
That's going to be a great battle to watch throughout the game this evening. Corey Mace has won 2 in a row after going winless in 7, turning the season around late. Jarius Jackson turned the season around earlier for Edmonton. They are 5-5 since he took over, but they have lost 2 in a row, coming in off a spanking at the hands of the Bombers. A huge one here. Edmonton's got to have it. The Riders want it. They want to secure this playoff spot. Edmonton won the coin toss, deferred. The Riders will have the ball to start, and Boris Beattie will get us underway at Commonwealth. And this will be taken just inside the 10 on the return from Jarrett Stearns. Stearns takes it out just beyond the 30, and that's where we get our first look at Trevor Harris.
Yeah, Trevor Harris, one of the most accurate passers in the game right now, is led the Riders to 2 straight wins, one versus Calgary in Calgary, and then of course the Ottawa game. In those 2 games has not thrown an interception.
315 yards, 27 of 36 last week in that victory. We'll start here on his own 29 after a 23-yard return from Stearns to get us going. Harris out into the flat, finds Stearns, who's into the game for the injured Bain, breaks the tackle and takes it up the far sideline for a first down.
Well, a couple interesting moves when you look at the offensive line. Nick Jones is back in the lineup. There's been a rotation at that right guard spot. Nick Jones is up, and a couple of changes in the skilled positions. First of all, Frankie Hickson will start at tailback, and I didn't highlight him, but I mentioned, you did mention Jared Stearns gets the start for Sean Bain.
Bain injured last week. It's been a big part of this offense, so a great opportunity for Jarrett Stearns, who actually has a 100-yard game of his own this year. Now they'll get it to Schaefer Baker, and Schaefer Baker will be tackled after a decent pickup on first down.
Well, the best defensive lineman for the Elks is not available for this one tonight. Noah Curtis is out. He leads the team with 6 quarterback sacks, so Daniel Joseph will take his spot on the D line. Niles Morgan and Nick Anderson have combined for over 200 tackles and have become the great linebacking core, maybe the best in the league. And Devordrick Bynum has quietly become the leader in interceptions for this Elks defense.
He's got 5 playing in the corner. Edmonton's going to bring a little bit of pressure. Harris gets it away, drops it in there on the far side right in front of Darius Bratton, and it's Stearns again hauling it in.
Well, first of all, to start this one, the Elks are getting up and aggressive. I see their defensive backs in this first drive for Saskatchewan up and playing press coverage, but it hasn't phased the play calling or the accuracy from Trevor Harris.
Harris has started the game a tidy 3 for 3, 21 yards. That 14 degrees, just picture perfect day.
Unreal night for October, yeah.
We got lucky. Harris this time on the ground, right up the middle. Midfield is where they go.
Beautiful October night here. 14 degrees, as you mentioned. Can't remember this late in October, although I guess it's dry in Alberta, because early in the warm-up, Trevor Harris was having some issues trying to get those sinuses all cleaned up and clear.
Well, that's gross.
Yes, it is.
But he's good to go. It's something we'll keep tabs on as we work our way through the game. Maybe, I mean, preferably not, but who knows. 7 yards on the ground for Hickson, getting the start, his 8th game of the season. Harris has 3 options out to his left, looks in that direction, throws in that direction, and he's got another first down as Duncan Busby has his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, Del Duncan Busby's getting a chance to play with a Jojo out of the lineup due to injury. And again, this is a nice read by Trevor Harris in zone defense. That's the weak spot, right to the sideline, and Harris gets it right out there to Duncan Busby.
Nice first possession of the game for the Riders thus far. Big week last week for Duncan Busby out of Bemidji State. Harris stretches it out for Hickson, trying to find some space. He will not. Close to the line of scrimmage.
Go back to that first game. These two teams have played each other a couple of times. Trevor Harris over 300 yards passing in week 1 versus Edmonton, and that was of course a 29-21 win for the Riders.
Big comeback in that game for the Riders. But how big that would be in the standings now. That 18-8 going into the fourth quarter of that game, and then Harris and the Riders took over. Edmonton's going to bring some heat. Harris gets it away, almost intercepted. It hung up there. Bynum almost had number 6 as he went up over Emelis, but that'll bring up 3rd and long, and they'll be forced to kick it.
Almost got his 6th. The leader is in this game as well. We'll get to him in a second in Roland Milligan for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but he had a chance to close the gap on the leader in interceptions right here. Did everything but catch it. Elevated, met the football at its high point. Bynum almost had number 6.
A pretty good crack at that one, didn't he? Yeah. They will punt it away. Horsack out to let it go from his own 50. Purifoy takes it after a 38-yard kick. Short return here for Purifoy, and we got our first look at that man when we return to Edmonton. Cloud Bethel-Thompson making his 2nd consecutive start for Edmonton as they try desperately to keep their season alive at home. To Edmonton with Cloud Bethel-Thompson last week. 3 touchdowns against Winnipeg, but it was a blowout as the Bombers had this game under control. MBT finishes 223 yards, 19-34, 3 touchdowns, gets the start here again today.
Yeah, we had Ryan Rashog down on the sideline here this evening, and he talked about McLeod Bethel-Thompson earning the trust of his coach more than ever during the back-to-back Labor Day games.
They'll start it on the ground here with Rankin.
But that has been the turnaround for Edmonton, their ground game. I haven't highlighted an offensive lineman because all of them have to be playing well to get the ground game that the Edmonton Elks have had over the last 8 games, averaging over 170 yards rushing per game. Partly because they have 3 great running backs. One is Justin Rankin. Javon Leake is back and dressed for this one tonight, so we will see a rotation there. But those guys up front have to be blocking well to run the football the way they have.
2nd and 5, empty backfield for MBT, and he's got a completion to Dylan Mitchell, and that'll go for a first down against this Riders defense.
Get Brian Cox back up front. He's got 6 quarterback sacks, brings that with him. So that is the starting defensive line that Corey Mace wanted at the beginning of the year, and they've got it back in the home stretch here. CJ Rivas back in the linebacking core, missed last week, and that DeMarcus Fields goes back to halfback, and there he is, Roland Milligan, who maybe not the best, maybe not just the best defensive player in the league, maybe the most outstanding player in the league.
He's had that type of season, hasn't he? Cloud Bethel-Thompson over the middle. Gittins Jr. has it, and he's got a catch in 26 straight games.
And just outstanding chemistry with McLeod Bethel-Thompson in particular. I mean, from game 1, go back to game 1 against Saskatchewan, he was targeted 12 times and caught 9 of them. That's how they started the season, these two. They are on the same page, have been all year.
102 targets for Gittins Jr. coming into this game. Caught 73 of them. That was number 74. Midfield, a toss. Talik tries to cut it back and is stopped just behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a Small loss on the play.
But that's got to be the goal and priority for the Riders defense, is to get McLeod Bethel-Thompson in second and long and try and contain this run game. They got Javon Leake, who's the breakaway guy with outstanding speed. Think about the game in Regina against the Riders. They had, what, 276 yards rushing.
He had 169 in that game.
Exactly.
Sensational. He'll stand in there to the right of his quarterback for now. MBT, a deep shot down the field. No good. Looking for Dylan Mitchell. Overthrew him. And Edmonton will be forced to kick on their first possession of the ball game as well.
Just straight go route for Dylan Mitchell, although had he put it in high gear at the beginning of the route, he may have been able to track that down. Looked like he was just in third gear. Didn't hit it into fourth or fifth until the ball was in the air.
Jake Julian to kick it away, averaging 54.4 yards per punt, well beyond the all-time record. He smashes this one. Alford watching, and that bounces just outside the end zone and trickles all the way in. Alford will take the knee, and about a 75-yard kick. And Edmonton is on the board. Trevor Harris. Well, Trevor Harris didn't throw a touchdown last week, but had 300 yards, and in the end got the win.
Yeah, got the win, and it was a much-needed win, of course, with the playoff race in the West the way it is. But also the last two wins, one versus Calgary, one versus Ottawa for this Rider football team, when they had that, what was it, 7-8 game winless streak. One tie in there, but the rest losses.
0-6-1 during that 7-game winless streak. Of course, Edmonton started the year with 7 losses in a row. Here's Hickson pushing ahead, and excellent pickup on the far side of the field on first down. He gets 8 yards on that carry.
Yeah, you know he's pumped up. Frankie Hickson's got an opportunity here to, again, impress the coaches, add to his resume. He knows that A.J. Ouellette is close. Raquel Armstead, who had 2 weeks ago over 200 yards against the Calgary Stampeders, was injured in the Ottawa game, but he's close to returning, as is Ouellette. So this is an opportunity for Frankie Hickson.
When we were talking to Corey Mason earlier in the week, I said every time we see Frankie Hickson, you kind of like what you get from this guy. They'll give it to him here, trying to push it ahead. Ran into the O-line there. And no pickup, so it'll be third and a couple. Hickson's averaging 5.2 yards per carry so far this season.
A couple of pulling receivers over there to help out in the blocking schemes, but Hickson decided to go backside. And the Edmonton Elks front four was there.
Play sideline, flat. Play the sideline.
Korczak stands on his own 35, gets it away cleanly. And that'll be taken just outside the 5, 57-yard kick. Nowhere to go on the return for Bynum. We'll have some more on that man, Justin Rankin, when we return to Commonwealth here on a beautiful Saturday.
All for you. He and his teammates used to run drills, practicing how to roll off of them without getting hurt. He said it's definitely an adjustment, guys, and he gave us the quote of the week. He said everyone's got to figure it out because, well, the boards are undefeated. The wall is undefeated.
He's played 8 games. He looks like a fit up here, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. And was just wide-eyed. He was wide-eyed when he looked at this field and went, wow, I got lots of room side to side. 65 yards, as a matter of fact. And Jameer Thurman is the guy that is in charge of leading the Rider defense and trying to limit this Edmonton run game. And this is what Rankin told us when, we asked about being the hammer. He said, I want to be the hammer, but that's a hard nail to hit over there, number 6.
Well, they just met on this last play as well, as Thurman found his way to get there and track him down. 67 tackles on the season coming into this one for Thurman. MBT out into the flat. Tevin Jones trying to pick up a first down, stays on his feet. To be stopped maybe a yard shy. Good tackle out there in the open field.
About 8 games ago against Saskatchewan, Tevin Jones emerged as a explosive receiver. And just, I mean, he's been that throughout his career, was when he was a Rider, but for this Edmonton Elks offense, he just exploded on the scene with some big games. And that combined with Eugene Lewis. Now, Matt Dunnigan, I think, was talking about this supporting cast for whomever plays quarterback here in Edmonton. The receiving core with Geno Lewis, Tevin Jones, Dylan Mitchell, and Curly Gittins, who we already talked about. I mean, that's some big play guys out there.
3rd and 1. Prukop trying to push ahead for a yard. A slip and a stumble and a flag on the play. And we'll have to sort this out.
They're saying offside Saskatchewan, so it'll be automatic.
Yeah, Tevin Jones has just been a revelation here in Edmonton.
Defensive offside. Saskatchewan. 5-yard penalty will result in a 1st down.
Would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little slip there, but might not have made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, usually most teams in the league have one big play guy, one guy that can, you know, take that deep, take the top off the defense and go deep. Then you got the possession guy like the Reggie Bagleton type player, and then you've got some guys that are sort of in between. But this offense has every one of those guys can get down the field in a big way. So McLeod Bethel Thompson has all that talent around him. Or Trey Ford, if he's the starter. Isn't tonight, of course, but
that was that 93-yard touchdown. He's got 3 100-yard games since being elevated. They brought him in and basically put him on special teams to get started. And then eventually they worked him in. Some injuries. Sergi Mayala ended up getting banged up, moved some things around when it comes to the ratio. And Jones has just been a huge part of this offense ever since.
Labor Day. That's a good time to sort of have your big game. The Labor Day weekend. Calgary, Edmonton, and he had 208 in that one.
He's caught 77% of the balls thrown in his direction so far this season.
Heard the panel talk about it, and a lot of discussion here in Edmonton. You would know better than anyone, Dustin, about the quarterback position here and who should be starting.
It's talked a little bit.
Starting.
It's talked about a little bit here. Here's MBT near side, lays it out there, and that is hauled in by his favorite target. Gittins has another one. That's his 2nd catch of the game.
I will say this about McLeod Bethel Thompson, whether you agree he should be starting or not, you know, that's up to Jarius Jackson. He feels, as the panel in the pregame show alluded to, he feels that he gives him the best chance right now. And that's fine. You trust the head coach to make that decision. But the one thing I will say about McLeod Bethel Thompson, he has brought a level of leadership for the entire group. Whenever we talk to other players, they always say, you know, guy that's been a real big help for me, McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Justin Rankin told us that earlier in the week. Now they're going to hand it off to Rankin, trying to push ahead on a 2nd and 4, and nothing really opens up. And it'll be 3rd down once again for Edmonton. And it'll be 3rd and just over a yard. No hesitation here, though. They're going to bring out Julian to kick this thing away.
You wonder if the slip.
Well, that's what I was just curious. Yeah.
Jarius Jackson going, you know, that's how that can happen pretty quickly. I might just play the field position game here.
That is exactly what I was thinking when you brought that up. Great minds, right, Suits? Here's Julian, hangs this one up there high. Alford takes a couple of steps back, secures it just outside the 10, and he gets tripped up just shy of the 30, 53-yard kick on a picture-perfect fall Saturday in Edmonton. We've got coming down the stretch in the West.
Well, we can simplify one thing. If the Elks lose this one this afternoon, they're done. Done for the playoffs.
And then BC and the Riders both in.
Yeah, and they play for home field.
Schedule makers have done it again. Harris with some time here over the middle, wide open. He's got Keyshawn Johnson, and he'll take it past midfield down to the Edmonton 51.
Yeah, wide open because of the blocking up front. I mean, the Riders' offensive line with Albert Awachi in at tight end to the left side of the formation. They give Harris tons of time, lots of time in the pocket. He can scan the field, and by that time, you just can't maintain your zone integrity as a defense. Someone's going to open up.
Keyshawn Johnson now over 600 receiving yards on the season. Harris bouncing around the pocket again, and he's intercepted, taken away by Cordell Jackson. There's a flag at the 50. And the officials discussing what this will be.
So well played in the zone by Cordell Jackson. I think the penalty flag looked like it came after the interception.
Major foul. Unnecessary roughness, blindside block, Edmonton number 45. The foul occurred after the interception. First down, Edmonton.
Watch the play by Cordell Jackson, the halfback right here. He's going to ride his guy for a second. Stop it here. So he rides his man, lets him drop off to the deep player, and now he sinks under that dig route from Sam Emelis. Sam Emelis puts the brakes on, and Cordell Jackson goes and gets it.
It's his fourth interception of the year. Edmonton starting another drive from the 17. Third time in this game that they've started.
This is textbook on Duncan Busby. Let him go to the deep guy, then you drop in your zone underneath that inside route, and Cordell Jackson goes and gets that interception.
8th interception thrown this season by Trevor Harris. Cordell Jackson, I believe, an indoor football league guy himself.
Playing in the gym.
Having a nice rookie season. MBT gets this one away quickly. And speaking of rookies, he goes to another one. Zach Mathis has his second career catch in the Canadian Football League.
And just hot routes along the board get this drive started. McLeod Bethel Thompson with a hard look to his left and then coming back to the right side of the formation. Those little things matter.
Mathis, 6'7", 203 pounds, 24 years old out of North Dakota State. Having a chance to play with Gavin Cobb banged up. Gino Lewis has his first catch of the ball game. Broke the first tackle, but two more tacklers came in there quickly. One of them, Brian Cox Jr., to make sure Gino didn't get away.
So back-to-back plays here where offensively, quick throws, quick slants, quick curl, and what McLeod Bethel Thompson is hoping for is that the Rider secondary is going to climb closer to the line of scrimmage, maybe even get into some press, and that's when Gino Lewis and Tevin Jones go for that double move.
Bethel Thompson, 6 of 7 for 64 yards to start this ball game. Just 11 yards on the ground for Edmonton. A little surprising considering the way they played recently. And now a timeout.
Edmonton.
Yeah, the Elks didn't have the right formation with the play. Clearly, there was confusion. Receivers kind of moving around, trying to figure out what they had.
Darius Jackson on that interim tag. There'll be lots of discussion over the next few weeks here in Edmonton about his future.
Well, a big part of that discussion to me will be his decision at quarterback.
Moving forward?
Yeah, well, moving forward and right now, depending on the outcome of this game, the outcome of last game, the last two, really. He's sticking with his veteran, and that will be part of that decision, I'm sure.
They need 4 more yards here. They'll try to get it on the ground, and that is close. I think they got it, and they do. That'll be a first down at the end of the quarter in the hands of Javon Leake. 1-0. Edmonton leads as we wait for the offenses to explode here at Commonwealth. Saskatchewan looking to clinch a playoff spot in Edmonton, hoping to stay alive. This football game, Riders happy with the inability of Edmonton to run the ball so far.
Well, I think that's the key so far in the first quarter, where you saw Saskatchewan. Their priority is certainly going to be to limit that run game by the Elks, because in their 5 wins this year, the Elks have averaged 182 yards a game rushing. That's over 900 yards rushing in their 5 wins. That's been their formula for success. The Riders know that. Corey Mace knows that. He knows it firsthand because they did it against his defense in Regina. So he knows that Jameer Thurman and those linebackers, their job is to limit the run game against Edmonton.
3 touches for Rankin, 3 touches for Leak so far. So an even split with the 2 running backs. Leak in there now as we begin the second quarter. MBT from the pocket, down the field. Gittins Jr. has it again, puts on the brakes, gets away from the first tackler, and then gets driven back on the play.
And this is one thing Jarius Jackson and McLeod Bethel-Thompson understand. Because the Riders are looking at stopping the run, their linebackers are going to be hugging the line of scrimmage. Those crossing routes in behind the linebackers should be available.
3rd reception of the ball game for Gittins. Fresh set of downs from the Rider 48 for Edmonton. On the ground again, Leak trying to find some space. He will not, taken down at the 50. Sales and Lacombo making sure he couldn't turn that corner.
Yeah, the DBs are going to have to be engaged in the run stopping as well. And you look at the 3-headed monster here in Edmonton in the run game. All over 500 yards. Back-to-back games over 100 for Justin Rankin. Kevin Brown not dressed for this one tonight. Javon Leake back as we've seen. So that hasn't happened in a long, long time.
First team to do it since '66. 2 teams did it that year. Edmonton was one of them. Hamilton the other. This, a passing down. Riders going to bring some pressure. Mathis has it, turns it upfield, and the big fella has a first down for Edmonton.
Well, it's a good play for Zach Mathis because he recognizes the defense and is available on the hot route for McLeod Bethel-Thompson. He sees the blitz coming, so he just turns around. Because it was full blitz for Saskatchewan up front. Linebackers all hitting the line of scrimmage. Mathis read it, hot route, and away they go.
DeMarcus Fields with the tackle for Saskatchewan. 1st and 10 from the Rider 30. Near side for Gittins, and that just never really developed. And he'll be tackled immediately. 4th catch of the ball game. Takes a small loss on the play.
CJ Avery comes up to make that play, and mentioned off the top of the intro, CJ Rivas also here back in the lineup for Saskatchewan.
CJ Rivas leads the team with 70 defensive tackles.
Yeah, they're happy to get him back. 3 tackles for losses, which is tied with Thurman in that category for the team lead. But yeah, just a few more tackles than Jameer.
2nd and 11, just 3-man front this time for the Riders. MBT on the run to his left, down the field. Gino Lewis goes up.
I don't think so.
And they're going to give it to him.
Oh, unless he was pushed. Let's take a look. I thought his feet, I thought both feet, that was right below our broadcast booth. Looked like both feet hit on the white stripe, but maybe the refs are saying without that push there. No, he got both in.
Brilliant stuff.
Wow.
Over top of Milligan, hauls it in, touches it down in bounds.
Both feet in bounds. Only need one. He got both.
10th play of the drive as Edmonton looks to strike. McLeod Bethel-Thompson gets it away, and that one falls incomplete. Felt that pressure and basically threw that one away.
That's against the leader in the CFL in interceptions, and the guys we've already mentioned, Roland Milligan, that very likely could be a finalist for MOP this year. And Gino Lewis wins that battle on the sideline and keeps his feet in bounds.
Milligan, 7 INTs, 10 knockdowns this year. That ball got there just in time. 2nd and goal from the Rider 9 for Edmonton. 3 options, wide side right for McLeod. Bethel-Thompson looks to the left, now over the middle, throws it to the far side of the field, drops it in there, trying to push it towards the end zone. Not going to happen. Tackle made. Sales got some help from Revis, and Dylan Mitchell could not find a path to the end zone.
Where did they mark forward progress? It's like they're going down to 1.5 yards out from the goal line.
Yeah, that ball just inside the 2. Offense stays on the field, and it's not Prukop in a short yardage situation. McLeod, Bethel-Thompson up under center. Rankin and Leak both in behind him. Tosses it out to Javon Leak. Touchdown, Edmonton. Leak takes it home. His 6th rushing touchdown of this season.
Late flags, but it's well after the touchdown.
And another one just coming in now.
Well-designed play with both Javon Leak and Justin Rankin in the lineup. Rankin in front as a fullback almost, and Leak outside on the option play. Little play action to Rankin, the quick pitch out to Javon Leak, and he's one-on-one with DBs to get into the end zone, and does.
Nice return to the lineup for Javon Leak. What a drive for Edmonton. 12 plays, 93 yards, just over 6.5 minutes. The officials continue to gather in the end zone, trying to sort out these flags. They were all after the touchdown, but then there was another one after that. So there's going to be multiple
there's
penalties coming.
Some misconduct penalties coming after the whistle and after the touchdown. The command center can be looking at this too and helping the officials in real time to sort it out. I believe all of it, though, is after the play was over.
The touchdown is good. We know that for sure. Waiting for the rest of it to be sorted out. Multiple misconduct penalties, we believe, coming down the pipe here. Javon Leak's awesome season. They bring him in. You know he's going to think he's just going to return and maybe play a little bit more in the offense than he did in his previous stop. But he's become a big factor here in Edmonton.
Certainly has, and that's a big touchdown. That's the issue right now. They're sorting out. CJ Revis takes a swing after getting into a bit of a brawl there.
I did a good job. I know. Bro, you don't gotta tell me.
There are 3 fouls after the play. We have 2 major foul misconduct, 1 against Edmonton, number 76, and 1 against Saskatchewan, number 1. Those 2 offset. We also have a misconduct 10-yard penalty on Edmonton, number 62.
So Martez Ivy getting that extra penalty. Jarius Jackson looking for an explanation.
Yeah, so both CJ Revis now and Zott have their first. If they get a second, they're thrown out of the game.
The 10-yard misconduct penalty will be applied on the kickoff.
And the extra. Yeah, Martez Ivy got the extra one. So, yeah, the 2. Zott and Revis got in the battle. That was offsetting, but that's their first misconduct, so that means they get a second one, they're out. And Ivy did some trash talking.
Beatty knocks home the extra point. 35 for 35 this year on those attempts. Javon Leak to the end zone. Edmonton on top, trying to keep their season alive. They lead 8-0 early in the second quarter.
This Edmonton offense, 12 plays, 93 yards, taking advantage of Saskatchewan being so aware of the run. They're hugging the line of scrimmage. This drive started with that Curly Gittens catch on the crossing route. Nice catch on the sideline by Gino Lewis. Keep his feet in bounds, get him inside the 10. And on the outside to Dylan Mitchell. 12 plays, 93 yards, over 6 minutes, and finishes with Javon Leak scoring.
Saskatchewan still looking for their first points of the ball game.
What's that mean?
Kicked away. Alford wants it and gets it. Mario Alford near sideline. He's forced out of bounds, just shy of the 35. And there is a flag in the middle of the field, just outside the 30.
During the return, illegal block. Saskatchewan, number 41. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That'll back the Riders up 10 more yards. Trevor Harris, 5 of 7, 57 yards, and that interception.
Yeah, first in a while.
Field, yeah,
first in a while. It's been 2 games without one. But a real nice play by Cordell Jackson.
This drive will start on the Sask 22. Hickson stands in for the left of his quarterback. Harris down the field, wide open, drops it in there midfield. Here goes MLS, tracked down, no. He gets away to the 10. Touchdown Riders. What a response. MLS takes it home. And Saskatchewan is on the board. 88 yards to MLS.
Nothing fancy on this play for Sam Emilus. Just a straight go route on Darius Bratton, who gambled at the end of it and lost. But perfect throw from Trevor Harris to lead Emilus to this football, and that was the gamble. Darius Bratton tried to strip the football rather than tackle him there from behind. He missed the ball, and Emilus takes it home.
How's that for your first points of the ball game? Now they're going to go for 2 to tie this game at 8. Wow. Hickson.
How about that throw? Did not break stride.
Perfect throw from Harris. They have another one here. Will they hand it off? Harris, end zone wide open. They got 2 more into the hands of Duncan Busby, and we're tied at 8. Trevor Harris, look at that throw. Picture perfect, drops it in there. Strip does not work. Emilus is gone to the house. We're tied at 8 in Edmonton. Passes for his 17th touchdown of the year.
Nice look off too to pull Luchez Purifoy, the safety, who could have provided some help for Bratton on the deep ball, but he pulled him to the wide side of the field with that look, and a route going across the middle by Stearns, and that left the one-on-one with Emilus and Bratton. He was in behind Bratton, tried for the strip, missed it, and we're all tied.
Longest play of Emilus's career. And we're tied at 8 after the 88-yard strike. Here's Purifoy on the return. Broke one tackle. Takes it out. Not bad. They'll start just inside their own 40.
Complementary routes here with Emilus and Stearns. Here's Emilus. He's that go route for the touchdown. But watch Stearns and how important he is on this deep crosser to influence Luchez Purifoy. Purifoy is the safety and could have helped on the deep ball. Keep running it, guys. Keep going. Roll it. And right when Purifoy turns his hips here, he's going to basically go to the field. And that leaves Emilus by himself on the backside, and no chance for help from the free safety.
Edmonton starts on their own 38. They'll give it to Rankin. And a short pickup on first down as Edmonton still trying to get that run game going.
Yeah, I mean, I'd stay with it too, the success they've had with it. But again, that last touchdown drive by McLeod Bethel-Thompson, it started with that crossing route to Curly Gittens, yeah. and that takes advantage of linebackers that are keyed in on that run.
Rankin's got 13 yards on 4 carries. He'll send in there to the left of McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Riders send 4. MBT down the middle, up for grabs. It was deflected and almost intercepted. Lacombo had the best crack at it, but couldn't get there in time.
I think Brian Cox Jr. might have gotten the tip at the line of scrimmage. I look like Adam Auclair dropping in coverage at the right of your screen. He may have had a shot. Well, no, it was just Cox. He was cutting underneath and may have had a shot if Brian Cox doesn't touch that ball.
Julian bombs one away. Alford takes it after a 58-yard kick. Alford skipping to his right, turns the corner, and here he goes. Mario Alford up to the 50, trying to cut it back. They'll eventually get there and corral him, his best return of the ball game, as the Riders have momentum on the road. Riders scoring on a deep shot on their last possession. Can they continue to build on that here after initially trailing 8-0 in this ball game? Starting on their own 51, great field position. Harris in trouble, and he will be taken down just inside the 45. DeMarcus Christmas there to finish it off, and the former Riders gotta love that.
It looked to me that Trevor Harris was looking for a flat route out here, and after the play action, he's looking for a flat route that's well covered. He has to pull it down or risk an interception.
First sack of the season for Christmas comes against his former club. 2nd and 16. Harris needs a big chunk, and he's taken down again. This time it's the rookie Nick Anderson, his 2nd sack of the season.
This has become quite the duo at linebacker, Niles Morgan and Nick Anderson. And Anderson shows here, but he actually rushes here, and that's what confuses the O-line for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. See that quick move, and he closes immediately.
Korsak waiting for the ball. And that one is punted away from just inside the 30. Dylan Mitchell on the near side after a 50-yard kick. And he is tripped up. We're talking about Anderson and Morgan on one side of the ball. Of course, there's a defensive stalwart on the other side of the ball as well. And that, of course, is Roland Milligan having an outstanding season so far on special teams and defensively. 65 tackles, 10 knockdowns, 7 interceptions. He's been great on the field. For more off the field on Milligan, let's send it down to Ryan Rashad.
Yeah, Dusty, if you were lucky enough to catch our preview, you'll know that Roland Milligan is a man of few words, right? Does his talking on the field. You talk about the stats, the play, both sides of the ball. It's really been impressive, but he's been encouraged by his coaching staff to be a little bit more of a vocal leader. They're trying to convince him, if you talk, they will listen, and it's something that he's trying to do, trying to add to his game, even though it doesn't necessarily come naturally to him. But guys, bottom line, he leads by example. He's having an unbelievable season.
How difficult could that be for a guy who's not naturally a loud person?
Yeah, you have to be patient with him, let it do him on his time. But that note at the bottom, no player has led special teams tackles and a major defensive category in the history of the game. Milligan's doing it this year.
2nd and 7 for Edmonton's offense. McLeod Bethel-Thompson over the middle, and that is caught again And it's Mathis, who only had 1 career catch coming into this game, and he's got 3 here this evening.
Pretty good time to throw that offensive line that's been together most of the season. Most of the teams have had to rotated guards, injuries up front that have caused them to play sometimes upwards of 10, 11 different offensive linemen. Not Edmonton. The Elks have had the same 5 up there pretty much all year.
Bethel Thompson's 13 of 16 for 162. A fake. Now he'll throw in that direction. Back out to Gittins, who busts through a couple of tackles and takes it just shy of a first down. He's second in a yard for Edmonton as they look to respond after giving up that 88-yard touchdown to Emilus.
Well, their defense gives them a little momentum with 2 sacks in a row.
Yeah.
And especially that second one from Anderson. Get a little momentum from your defense. Go out there and complete the first 2 plays offensively. And now you're first down away from points. Actually in field goal range now.
26 sacks on the season for the Edmonton defense, just 7th in the league, and they've tacked on a couple here today. Prukop into the game, looking for that yard on second and short. He's going to try to stretch it out. He's got it. It's close. They might mark him just short, actually.
You know, often that's a big gamble, but not really on second down. I think for Prukop to do it on second down is no big deal, because you know he'll get at least close back to the line of scrimmage. And Jameer Thurman makes this one very interesting. But you got another down. You get halfway there, you're inches away from getting a new set.
Great job by Thurman to get out there. They are measuring this.
Yeah, so he's just short.
Just short, a couple inches.
But you can go again on third down.
It's the 3rd time in the ball game that they've gone for it on third down.
It is a big gamble, that decision, for a short yardage quarterback on third down. Jameer Thurman would have just turned it away and created a turnover.
No room for error this time, but they only need any sort of forward progress. We don't get the job done. Tied ball game as we creep towards the end of the first half. Prukop. This is the 2nd time the charm here for 7 in green. Straight ahead, and that should be enough. That'll be a first down for Edmonton, and this offense will stay on the field. Well, in the end, mission accomplished for Prukop.
Yep. Take a shot on second down and get outside. And if they lose contain, if the Riders lose contain in that play, got a big gain. We've seen Tommy Stevenson, Calgary, do that a couple of times. Prukop certainly capable of getting the corner and outrunning tacklers.
1st and 10, Edmonton, as we creep inside 3 minutes. From the Saskatchewan 38, MBT to his right. Now he's going to look down the field towards the end zone. Got it! What a catch! Dylan Mitchell goes up and hauls it in, and Edmonton goes back on top.
Souvenir for the Elks fan in the end zone. Half roll from McLeod Bethel Thompson to try to pull the safety Lacombo. See 21, top right corner of your screen. Because of the half roll from McLeod Bethel Thompson, he pulls any safety help away to get a one-on-one on the backside with Dylan Mitchell and Marcus Sales. And Mitchell wins the jump ball. Went up there and got it too.
As about 4 or 5 inches in height on Marcus Sales, used all of it there to go up and get that one. Beatty to restore a 7-point lead, and he puts it home. 4th touchdown of the season for Dylan Mitchell. Both teams fired up. Lots at stake as Edmonton in a do-or-die situation against the Riders.
0-0 first quarter. We've got ourselves a football game. Quarterback play, certainly the story. Couple of incredible catches, especially that one from Mitchell there. Gino on the sideline. And guess what's back? Coach, your favorite segment.
Straight drive.
Come on, Jim. I told you. Shout out to my guy, Cheese. Shout out to Ms. Lisa. Shout out to Brandon.
There's Dylan Mitchell. Gino Lewis. Been together for a few years now.
Well, they got some playmakers.
This is bobbled at the 20, picked up on the one hop, and brought back up on the far side by Stearns.
Showing you what I mean by the half roll from McLeod Bethel Thompson and how it influences Nelson Lacombo. Here goes the half roll here. Watch 21 open up in this direction because of that half roll. As soon as McLeod Bethel Thompson takes off there, now he's going to pull up at the tackle, stop it there because he wants the backside, but Lacombo is now completely out of the play in trying to help on this deep route. He spins but can't get there in time, and then it's one-on-one, and maybe Marcus Sales wins that. Maybe Mitchell does. In this case, it's Dylan Mitchell.
Nice souvenir for a fan there. Harris over the middle. He's got a first down as he puts it in the hands of Emelis. And Emelis over 100 yards here in the first half.
Two pocket passers dissecting the defense in different ways. And as long as you give Trevor Harris or McLeod Bethel Thompson time to throw, these guys will surgically break down your defense.
Harris is 8 of 10, almost at 170. MBT 15-18, 209 yards passing in the first half. From the Edmonton 54, Harris has another first down, this time into the belly of Schaefer Baker. His first catch of the ball game.
This must drive linebackers like Nick Anderson nuts. I mean, he's dropping under this play, and you'll see him right over here to the right of your screen, and he's trying to drop under this, and Trevor Harris is just C48 kind of in the passing lane, or at least he thought he was, and then it's like, oh.
I'm good. Oh, I'm not good.
I'm not good.
Saskatchewan wasting no time, moving this ball down the field from the Edmonton 41. Harris gets that away to Hickson, his running back, and he beats Morgan on the far side to that first down marker.
It's like it has a little playoff edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
In this game, both offenses understand the need for a sense of urgency. McLeod Bethel Thompson moves down the field, takes the lead by a major. Saskatchewan on the move.
Fresh set of downs from the Edmonton 27 for Harris. 4 options out to his right. They're going to hand it off to Hickson. Got a block. Found a little bit of space. And he's taken down, but I think he's got a first down for the Riders.
It's one thing I would think that Coach Mueller, the offensive coordinator for the Riders, could do more of. Get Hickson involved in the passing game too. This is an inside run play, obviously, but the previous play, he was out on the edge, got him in space. He's quick, had a first down there, and he's close to one here. Or he did get it.
He did get it. They're in the red zone. 58.5% this season from inside the 20. Schaefer Baker in the slot to the right for Harris. On the ground again, Hickson finds a little bit of room, takes it down inside the 10, cuts inside Cordell Jackson, and then is taken down. Almost had another first down. They'll give him 9 on the play.
And they can get a first down without scoring. So they're a couple of yards away from a new set of downs inside the 5. Nice jump cut for Hickson there.
Harris to the sideline to watch here in a second and short. Patterson into the game at quarterback to handle this. Slides up under center. They'll play him out to the left. Flags on the play. Patterson trying to push it ahead. He's taken down, would have the first down. As I mentioned, 2 flags were flying upon the snap.
It was right at the snap. That would indicate either procedure or offside. There's Emlis pulling out, and he gets the edge block you need. I think the flag came out before that block, though.
Yes, it did.
Because Emlis looked guilty with his hands.
Defensive offside. Edmonton number 3. We're going to go after distance. Misconduct. 10-yard penalty on Edmonton number 48. Another after distance for the goal and a first down.
Is Andre losing his voice? Take a look at a couple of penalties there. The offside, that was that first flag, but
that was AC Leonard. And then Nick Anderson getting hit with another one after. See if we can find that, but it's first and goal from the Edmonton 1. Patterson looking to finish this drive. It's been a quick one, pushing towards the end zone. A little spin move, and did that do it for him? He did. Touchdown Riders. Patterson finishes the job, and it's a 1-point game.
What a response. On the road, Trevor Harris goes to work. A little bit of Frankie Hickson sprinkled into this drive. And then a couple of short yardage plays at the end to finish it off. And boy, Shea Patterson had to work. He had to drive those legs, got a spin move in there, and he did cross the plane.
Efficient drive from Trevor Harris and the Riders. 7 plays, 75 yards in just a minute and 42 seconds. And that will tie it at 15.
I ain't saying I'm an angel, baby, if you can't tell. No, I ain't take you home with mama tight. And I ain't saying he's a bad guy. All I know is that guy must have up and lost his mind tonight. 'Cause you're down to de-ice in that train.
Corey Mace has to be happy with what he's seen from his team here late in the half and what he's seen from them recently.
Yeah, the Edmonton Elks, of course, their last 2 games against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and the Bombers on an 8-game win streak. Well, they've beat BC twice, Sask twice, Hamilton twice, and Edmonton twice in that 8-game win streak.
Look like they've turned it around rather nicely. Jarius Jackson.
Well, you know, looking at this roster in Edmonton, though, you got to think if the Elks somehow find a way to get in the playoffs, you got to win here tonight. But if they find a way, it might be a scary team in the playoffs.
Purifoy on the return, and he's stopped just outside the 30. MBT will come in. He's at 209 yards passing. Harris is at 196. They've combined for just over 400 yards of passing here in the first half of this 15-15 tie.
Both have great completion percentages as well, which is not a surprise for these 2 pocket passers.
Trevor Harris second all time in completion percentage, behind only Cody Fajardo. Wide open near side. Mathis again, will stiff arm as he steps out of bounds with 45 seconds on the clock.
Just have to be so disciplined defensively against smart veteran quarterbacks that can dissect the defense. If you stick with a constant diet of zone defense, they will pick you apart in the soft spots of those zones. If you start to play man, that's where Gino Lewis out jumps you on the sideline.
Edmonton looking for 4 more here. MBT wants more down the field, and that is hauled in. Nice catch from Mathis. He's got 5 in the half.
So sometimes defensively, Dustin, you got to try and show blitz like here and then maybe drop out like Jameer Thurman does, number 6. He's showing the blitz, and Bob Bethel-Thompson says if you're going to do that, it's fine, but you're going to have to drop further than that.
82 yards for Mathis here in the first half. This one bobbled and intercepted into the hands of Auclair. He wasn't even expecting it. Bounced off of Gino Lewis right into the waiting arms of the Rider defender.
When you hustle to the football, good things happen. This is something that you won't see very often. Sure-handed Gino Lewis has one bounce. Looked like it might have hit his own knee. And as he juggled it, he tipped it right into the hands of Adam Auclair, his 3rd interception of the campaign. But if you hustle to the ball, good things happen.
Second interception, just the second interception that McLeod Bethel-Thompson has thrown in his last 8 games.
And that's not on him.
Not his fault.
Yeah. No.
30 seconds to work for Trevor Harris. Gets it away right to midfield, just shy of a first down. He got it to Jareth Stearns and try to move quick with 25 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, get one more chunk play or, 10 yards, 15-yard out. You got at least a chance for field goal, take the lead at halftime.
Well, yeah, in a tight game like this, 3 points almost gifted to you.
Gotta hustle.
Late in the half will go a long way. Clock ticks down to 20. Harris hands it off. And a nice tackle made once again by Nick Anderson. And that'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, I get the call because you need to get that first down. You're out of field goal range now if you're the Riders, but it now forces an extra play to get the first down. And that takes time off the clock.
3rd and inches. Harris pushing it ahead. He'll have the first down. Clock sits at 11 seconds. And this ball is just outside the Edmonton 50. Red Lowther's career long is 57. This year he's hit from 55. Hit 7 last week.
Yeah, I would say they need 10 yards. Give him a makeable chance here.
From here it would be a career long if he was to bang it in. Clock will tick inside 10. Harris. Far side, drops it in there. That'll do it. They get out of bounds with 3 seconds on the clock. And this will set up a field goal attempt for Brett Lowther.
Heads up play by Duncan Busby out there to get out of bounds. He knew the situation, caught that out, and hustled to get out of bounds, leave Brett Lowther a chance.
50-yard attempt for Brett Lowther to give the visitors the lead for the first time in this ball game right at the end of the opening half. That is up, and it is good as he nails it from 50, and the Riders looking to clinch a playoff spot. Go on top by 3.
Corsack with the hold, excellent, and he hits it right down the middle.
So the Riders find themselves with a lead, 18-15. Trevor Harris so far in this ball game, 12 of 14. Getting the ball back there at the end of the half has put him over 200 yards. He's at 214 yards, a touchdown and a pick.
Yeah, and just put that one interception behind him immediately. A couple big drives late in the second quarter.
He's been accurate his entire career. No difference here today. That big shot to Emelis really got them going, and he hasn't looked back since. He stands by with our Ryan Rashad.
All right, Trevor, back and forth battle here. A bit of a sluggish start early on, but all kinds of yards through the air. What do you think has allowed you guys to break through with your arm?
They're just calling great plays, and the receivers doing the right thing, glue guy, and we're just kind of taking what we got, they give us, and they're doing a great job defensively, so we got to keep our foot on the pedal.
Pretty impressive the way you've been able to battle through that nosebleed today. What happened in warm-up there? What went wrong?
Before I came out, I just randomly had a random nosebleed. People on the panel kind of backed me up. Everybody has it sometimes, right?
Sure,
I don't know what happened. So random nosebleed, and it just faucet and wouldn't turn off. So put a little sponge in there and stopped it.
Everybody has it. Not everyone can play through it. Thanks, Trev.
Thanks.
All right, Kate, back to you in the panel.
15 at the half. Good first halves from both quarterbacks. And this guy, Dylan Mitchell, 55 yards on the touchdown, stands by with Ryan Rashad.
Well, Dylan, it seems like the connection between the quarterback and his receivers right now is absolutely clicking. What's allowing you to be in that zone, you think?
I think just from the work that we put in during the week, the time that we spend, I feel like after practices, and just the confidence that Mac has in the receivers, and I feel like he knows where we want to make big plays, and I feel like that's pretty much where it comes from.
Yeah, you said it, big plays, some really nice catches that we're seeing. How about yours in the end zone? Take us through how delicate that timing is, when you go up to bring it down, all the strategy involved in making that play work.
Nah, you're right about that. Just trying to make sure that once I see the ball in the air, it has to be a certain type of angle and positioning in order for me to catch the ball. So I always want to make sure that I give Mac the best opportunity. So I feel like it was just the play was, I'm ready to make plays, and I think it just, this is a point I think we want to make, and we want to turn and be a better team. So we need plays like that in order to make it happen.
Well, it sounds like all your teammates running by approve. Thanks, Dylan.
No problem. Thank you.
Dylan Mitchell with his 4th touchdown of the season, but his team does trail by 3 as we are underway. Edmonton will get the ball, and it is, in fact, Dylan Mitchell gets the first touch on it here. Trying to find some space on the far side. Not going to happen. Wrapped up at the 20 by DeMarcus Fields.
Good first half by both quarterbacks. 17 of 21 from McLeod Bethel-Thompson. He's halfway to 400 yards passing. Had on Labor Day almost 500 in that win, so he's certainly capable of the big numbers, but his accuracy's been excellent. They're taking advantage a little bit of the linebacking core for the Riders, trying to stop the run first and being close to the line of scrimmage, but some big plays by the receivers down the field. And just heard from one of them, Dylan Mitchell.
Zach Mathis, the rookie, with 70 yards to lead the team in that first half. Had just 1 catch in his career coming into this one. Running game really wasn't going in the first half, and it gets stuffed right here as well.
Yeah, there's no question the Riders defensively have been keyed up and made stopping the run, or at least controlling these running backs, a priority. Because they've been successful in that regard, but that also means, as we just mentioned, the linebackers are close to the line of scrimmage.
200 yards, more than 200 yards passing for the opposing quarterback. So give a little, take a little, depending on how you want to have to play against this Edmonton offense. MBT down the field, intercepted. Who else? Roland Milligan. He's got his 8th, and he picks his way back down the field, and eventually is taken down by Gino Lewis. Oh, Roland Milligan has done it again.
His instincts are off the charts great. I mean, he has a deep threat in front of him. He's got a deep threat coming right here. That's Milligan, and that's the intended target. He's got that deep threat in front of him, but he uses his instincts, relies on them, puts the brakes on, lets Mathis go, and says, I'm cutting underneath this. Downhill he comes, and he has sure hands. Going back the other way, number 8 and the league leader.
There was a flag.
After the interception, major foul, unnecessary roughness, blindside block, Saskatchewan number 91, 15-yard penalty, first down Saskatchewan.
Anthony Lanier, the penalty. Milligan, league leading 8 INTs, and he's put his team in a real nice spot here. Even after the penalty, Trevor Harris gets a crack at it from the Edmonton 35. Hickson will slide over to his quarterback's right. And they'll start it on the ground. Hickson back to the line of scrimmage. No further. Drilled back Jamin Pelly, I believe, in the mix on that one.
Let's go back and take one more look at that play by Milligan. He's in the right corner of your screen, and reading the throwing action of McLeod Bethel Thompson and understanding by his shoulder pad level here that he's not throwing that deep route, not throwing the deep seam. He's throwing the shorter one. And he could tell just by reading the quarterback's throwing motion which guy he was throwing to, and he cuts underneath it. Go ahead and test Roland Milligan this year. May not like the results.
Big play from a big player in a big game. Harris now, first down, gets it into the hands of Jareth Stearns. Team leading 4th catch of the game.
Trips out there, and Stearns is the 3rd receiver, closest to Harris, and Cordell Jackson had him, ran with him for a few steps. Moncrief makes the tackle, and Stearns got to keep coming back to the ball.
Fresh set of downs from the Elks, 23 for Harris. 3 options out to his wide side right. Here comes some pressure. Harris steps up, dumps it off out to the right side. It's going to be taken down by Johnson inside the 10 for another first down for the Riders. Keyshawn Johnson gets the job done.
The Elks put A.C. Leonard off the ball thinking that he's going to drop, and then they bring a linebacker DB from the outside, and Harris throws right into, it's actually Moncrief, and Harris throws right into that blitz side. So he's throwing to Keyshawn Johnson here where the blitz is coming from, because they basically wanted to force Harris to go the opposite direction. He threw into the teeth of it.
17 yards to Keyshawn Johnson. 1st and goal from the Edmonton 6. Harris dumps it off. Looks like it was deflected on the way in. Was caught just shy, or just inside the 5 by the fullback Awachi.
Yeah, he was kind of retreating as he threw this, Harris. Kind of caught his eye at the last second. Not much Awachi can do with it there.
Second and goal from the 5. Stearns and Emelis out to the left here for Harris. Looks in that direction, throws in that direction. It almost intercepted. Looks like it popped out. Cordell Jackson was there. And
saying incomplete.
Ruled incomplete.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass.
There's the corner route, Sam Emelis. Cordell Jackson already has one.
Made a great play on it.
Well, he's got it in his hands there. I'm just taking a look again. He's got to survive contact with the turf as well. And that's again slowing it down into slow motion.
So it'll be a chip shot for Brett Lowther. 13-yarder straight ahead, puts it home, and the Riders now lead by 6 points off a turnover for Saskatchewan. Probably not as many as they would have hoped for, but it's all because of this man, Roland Milligan. Thank you very much. 8th of the year. Rebuilt inside the Montreal Canadiens. Stream now on Crave. Presented by Bell. Milligan, the Riders. Biggest lead of the ball game for the visitors. NBT starts it on the ground and just nowhere to go. CJ Revis was there. Lanier was there. Nothing opened up.
You know, all but that one game against Edmonton, the Rider defense has been excellent against the run. I mean, they're ranked 2nd coming into this week, but the only reason they're 2nd is because of that one game against Edmonton where they gave up almost 300 yards. But other than that, This has been a priority all season for Corey Mace's defense.
Well, they only allow about 80 per game, which is, they're not even close to allowing that so far in this one. MBT from the pocket, over the middle, has a man up at the 50. And it's back to Gittens again, his 7th catch of the evening.
Not too far away from that throw was Roland Milligan, who is he's one of the deep defenders there.
And McLeod Bethel-Thompson came up limping as he was walking up the field. Not much there, but he did come up with a bit of a limp. Something to watch. He'll be throwing here near side. Gino Lewis, he's got some space. He's got a first down, and he's taken down at the 25. CJ Avery on the tackle after a 24-yard pickup to Gino.
Off play action. Little fake to Javon Leak. Gets it out to Gino Lewis, who does some heavy lifting after the catch. Marcus Sales may have bailed on his responsibility and tried to jump an inside route.
All the way down to the Rider 25. This time they'll give it to Dylan Mitchell. Can he find some space? Trying to get away from Cox, would not happen. He was all over him. And they'll take a loss.
Second and long, big play here. Elks want to keep pace in a game they have to have, or their playoff hopes are gone.
Quarter and a half left. They trail by 6. 2nd and 10. They'll do it again here. Tevin Jones, Mitchell, and Gittens all out to that wide side right for McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Looks over the middle, throws over the middle, and he's got it to Gittens again.
Just knows exactly when Gittens is going to sit down. He just has this great chemistry, as we talked about. He trusts that number 19 is going to find this little spot. Got underneath coverage. Tevin Jones pulls Brian Cox, who is in a drop position in the zone defense, pulls him up, and Gittens was right in behind him.
First and goal from the Saskatchewan 10. Edmonton looking to equalize here at home. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, far side of the end zone. Gino Lewis. Touchdown, Edmonton. We're tied at 21. He's got his 8th of the season.
Wainar, little dance in the end zone for Gino Lewis, who's made up for that play in the first half where he coughed one up that turned into a turnover for the Riders and points. He's come back with a couple of big plays. That's another tough catch, and he keeps his feet in bounds.
A little redemption for McLeod Bethel-Thompson too after throwing that interception. The very next possession drives the field. He's up to 290 yards here midway through the 3rd. Edmonton has Beatty for the lead at 22-21. And he doinks it! First time this year he's missed on the extra point. And we remain deadlocked at 21. Oh, this is juicy. We got a good one here in Edmonton. Gino Lewis completes a 6-play, 70-yard drive to tie the game at 21.
Gino Lewis, for his size, has got great body control. Let's take a look at his 2 sideline catches. This was the first half. Kept the control, kept both feet in bounds. Look at that balance. Down with both feet and maintaining the catch. And here's his touchdown. Very similar. Stretches out. Gets the 1 foot down. Knows exactly where he is on the field. Great body control.
You know who it is. It's Mr. G. I told you. You better bet on me.
We do know who it is.
50th offensive touchdown of the year. Leads the league. Edmonton. Now here's a nice return shaping up for Stearns. He's tripped up, but good field position to start this drive after a 35-yard return for Stearns. Gino Lewis dancing all the way to the end zone. Here at Commonwealth. Kids have a great time at the ball game.
Well, and it only takes one game, and they're bugging Dad, Mom and Dad to get back. Let's go back. Yeah,
I got 2 of those at home suits. Here's Harris, feeling pressure, dumps it off to Hickson, but it's over his head and incomplete.
Boy, he had something on the check down if he gets that to Hickson. Purifoy had come from the safety spot. He was up at the line of scrimmage. Moncrief had vacated the linebacking core. He was back deep. A lot of running room. Purifoy there. If he gets that check down, look at the real estate in front of him.
Saskatchewan 4 for 9 on second downs in this ball game. Looks like a flag against Edmonton as Harris is wrapped up. And now a couple more flags at the end of the play. I don't think all of these are for the same infraction.
No, they're not.
There was an offside for sure.
Yeah, and there was a holding offense, I believe. Trevor Reed, I saw the hold in real time. I believe it was Nick Anderson on the rush, but it might have been Nick Anderson that was offside.
There are 2 fouls on the play, and both fouls are offsetting. We've got defensive offside, Edmonton number 49, and a holding on Saskatchewan number 61. We'll replay second down.
Daniel Joseph jumps early. Reed holds him. And it'll be 2nd and 10 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, 49, not 48.
Trevor Harris got 10 yards in that bag of tricks somewhere. From the pocket, down the field, laying out for it. Did he get there, Schaefer Baker? They're gonna say he did. Key and Schaefer Baker with his biggest play of the ball game, 34 yards.
Jason Shivers is mixing things up. He's brought Purifoy down near the line of scrimmage and playing kind of a cover 2 concept here. 2 guys deep to help out, all the rest underneath. And where does Trevor Harris go? He goes down the field, but what a catch by Schaefer Baker.
Now they'll give it to Hickson, trying to find some space on the far side. Wrapped up by Anderson, with Morgan, of course, right there as well.
Let's go back to that Schaefer Baker catch. That's a special catch to go down and get this. A little bit underthrown against the 2 shell, and he gets his hands underneath that. That's a huge catch. I think that's the first time he's been targeted tonight.
Spectacular effort for Schaefer Baker.
I stand corrected. That's his 3rd catch. He did have a couple in the first half.
2nd and 7. Harris hit as he throws down the field. Keyshawn Johnson, are you kidding me? Goes up and gets it, takes it to the end zone. Touchdown Riders. 28-yard strike to Keyshawn Johnson for his 5th touchdown of the campaign.
How about the show that these receivers are putting on for the fans tonight? It doesn't matter if it's Edmonton receivers, Saskatchewan receivers, winning the jump balls, the contested catches.
I tell him, throw that motherfucker! Come on, man! Hands up! That's what I tell him, you know.
And quarterbacks give them that opportunity, putting the ball where they need to so that they give the receiver a chance to make that play. Heard Dylan Mitchell talk about it with Ryan at halftime.
Mather puts it through and the lead is 7 for the Riders. Keyshawn Johnson up over top of Bynum.
Oh, wow.
Picture perfect. Riders on top.
After his first 100-yard game last week in the CFL, and just an outstanding display by these receivers. Wow, what a show they're putting on.
He has 5 touchdowns in his last 8 games. He is not named after the other Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, we
confirmed that this week.
Confirmed that.
Last 6 possessions for the Riders: touchdown, punt, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. So they're finding an offensive groove here. Edmonton not too shabby on the other side. Here's Purifoy. Takes it back just outside the 30.
Okay, MBT, what do you got? I mean, you're closing in on 300. Trevor Harris is over 300. We haven't even got to the 4th quarter yet.
Two very good pocket passers going to work here tonight.
And their guys up front are giving them time to do it.
Edmonton starts this drive from their own 33. MBT wants to pass, drops it down. Heavy blow from Thurman onto Rankin, who we talked about earlier in the game, these two guys.
I'll quote Rankin one more time. You know, I want to be the hammer when I get the ball in open field and a tackler is coming up. But with Jameer Thurman, he is one tough nail. Like, wow. Good contact. And
held on to it. Got a couple of yards. 2nd and 8. McLeod Bethel-Thompson over the middle. Has Mathis, but the tackle is made by C.J. Rivas. And Edmonton will be forced to kick it away here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's a great tackle, just to sort of eliminate the option for Mathis to try and cut up the field. He took the right angle on that. Mathis trying to explain himself now. He's in a trail position. And he's saying, he kind of shut the cutback down for me. I couldn't make that move, and great open field tackle.
Julian hangs this one up there. Alford goes back and takes it at the 10. Missed one man and goes down at the 20. Corey Mace, this is a fun story right here.
One more thing, Mace, if you wouldn't mind.
This is the offensive line. They've been looking to hold Corey Mace accountable.
All right, let's get it over with.
And this is what they did. Straight into the coal tub. For more on all of this, let's send it down to Ryan Rashog.
Yes, if you are a member of the Saskatchewan Roughriders and you have been deemed to be undisciplined, you've got a choice. You can either pay a team fine. If you don't want to do that, you get introduced, guys, to this. This is called the VersaClimber, and apparently it's a nightmare. So 1,500 steps is your punishment on this thing. And I guess it's real tough sled. We were talking to Roland Milligan Jr. He said he's been on it before, got about 675 steps in, wouldn't even attempt 1,500. Said he saw a couple of guys come out of the gym after doing it, and he says, no way. Now, there's one guy, though, has a different opinion. Keyshawn Johnson told us he loves the VersaClimber. But for the rest of the riders, guys, that is the motivation to maintain discipline.
Give me an escalator.
What? Yeah, which would be so important this time of year, to maintain your discipline, not take those after the whistle penalties. And Corey Mace is putting all kinds of different things in place to make sure they stay accountable. And 1,500 on that thing, yeah, that'll make you think twice.
2nd and 4 for Harris. Gets that one away. He's got another first down all the way up to the 45. Right back to Keyshawn Johnson as the Riders look to build on a 7-point lead.
Yeah, you almost think the way that Trevor Harris is playing tonight that Jason Shivers, the defensive coordinator in Edmonton, is going to have to start some exotic blitz looks. I mean, he's going to have to look at maybe bringing some halfback pressures, certainly linebacker pressures, because Trevor Harris is dissecting this defense, staying in the pocket, getting protection. His accuracy's been unbelievable.
How's that? 49th career 300-yard game for Harris. This time, they'll get it in the hands of Emilus, and Emilus picks his way to a first down on the far sideline.
Of course, a win for Saskatchewan here tonight puts them back in the driver's seat for home field. The possibility of still getting to the final, but home field is on the line. They had that one tie, and that one tie would put them ahead of the Lions, who won last night.
Time ticks down here in the third quarter. Riders have come away with points on 5 of their last 6 possessions. They'll try it with Hickson this time. Yard, maybe 2, before he's tripped up. 10th carry of the game for Hickson.
Should be the end of the third quarter, but they're going to go one more play.
Timer, please put 1 second on the game clock. 1 second.
And it's an important play, because right now the Riders are out of field goal range. And a stop here by the Edmonton defense gives them the ball back.
Trevor Harris is 20 of 24. 2nd and 9 from the Edmonton 52. Edmonton will only send 4. Harris still feels the pressure on the run, dumps it off. There's a flag on the play. It's a hold against the Riders.
Yeah, it wasn't the exotic blitz we talked about, but they did send Niles Morgan. And Niles Morgan in the mix.
Saskatchewan number 61. That penalty is declined. It will be 3rd down.
I believe Noah Zerg also was holding on the play. But they did send some pressure there.
3 quarters in the books. Critical game between these 2 West rivals, and it's coming down to the wire. 4th quarter coming up on TSN. Putting on a show in this football game.
Well, how about almost 700 yards passing in 3 quarters? How about a completion percentage combined by these 2 quarterbacks of 81.5%? And we're getting a little bit of everything, because it's not like the defenses haven't made a couple of plays. Roland Milligan has another interception, his 8th. Cordell Jackson had an interception for the Elks. You know, I mean, they are making a few plays, but these offenses racking up. We're going to see 1,000 yards tonight.
I think this is what we call a high event game. That's what we've got so far, and we still got 15 minutes at least to go. Big stop for the Edmonton defense, as Korsak will have to kick it away. Purifoy, Mitchell, wait for the kick. This will come in the direction of Dylan Mitchell. Works his way along the sideline. Not much room on the return there. There's a look at the West Division right now here in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, that 1 point could come in handy for Saskatchewan if they can go ahead and finish this game and win it. Lots of football to be played, though, in this 4th quarter to get to that point. Edmonton, as we've talked about already, they lose this game and they are out of the playoffs.
Got to have it, but they've given themselves a fighting chance.
Without question.
In this ball game. Unable to get anything going on the ground. They'll try here and push it ahead. Reasonable pickup in the hands of Javon Leake.
Such a chess match, the game of football, when you come into this game thinking Edmonton, with all their rush yards, their 5 wins, I mentioned off the top, 180 yards a game rushing the ball. Corey Mace knew that, so he moves his chess piece in to stop that. And then McLeod Bethel-Thompson says, yeah, well, you're going to do that. I'm going to throw it in behind your linebackers, get that going. Over 300 yards for him.
Empty backfield this time for MBT. Pressure in his face, throws, and it falls incomplete as the Riders brought some heat and it paid off. Back-to-back 2-and-outs for Edmonton here in crunch time.
Now, number 50 makes a difference here, and Brian Cox Jr. going off the edge. He's free, unblocked, and that ball, McLeod Bethel-Thompson was lucky on that throw. That was Roland Milligan out there in coverage, and that throw was on. He was cutting underneath it and taking it to the house.
Mario Alford waits in the distance. And we have whistles just after the snap and a challenge from Jarius Jackson.
We can go back and look.
I was going to say, what would this be for?
He was challenging pass interference, possibly.
All right. Being told he threw a flag for something that's not challengeable. So they just told him, pick it up.
Well, technically, that should be a delay of game penalty. And I'm sure Corey Mace is asking about that if he threw his challenge flag on something that was not challengeable.
So Edmonton challenged something that wasn't challengeable. They're losing their challenge.
All right, so they've lost the challenge.
Didn't explain exactly what he was trying to challenge. It may have been illegal contact away from the play or something, or I'm speculating there, but
tough to waste a challenge in that spot in a game as crucial and critical as this.
One possession game, absolutely.
Julian, towering kick, hangs up there forever. 58-yard kick. Mario Alford trying to pick his way to some open space. Not gonna find it. It's Prukop who eventually forces Alford out of bounds as the sun sets here in Edmonton. Just moments ago, losing his challenge.
Well, it looks like this was, there's Gino Lewis, and Gino Lewis gets held, but it looks like the ball is thrown to the opposite side before it happens. There's the hold by Rivas right there, but you see the ball is already in the air over here. So now the only challengeable aspect is pass interference, but that would be only on that side. And that was the confusion, and Jarius Jackson loses his challenge.
Riders will start at their own 27.
Freebie.
Harris.
Freebie.
Down the sideline looking for Keyshawn Johnson.
Had a free play there. Looks like it was an offside on Oakman. Sean Oakman.
Defensive offside.
Yeah.
Edmonton number 91. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Trying to anticipate the snap count there, and Trevor Harris got him in a longer count. Trevor Reed made sure the official noticed it.
Got the point in.
Yeah,
that's important. That's your role on that one. So they'll move it up 5, 1st and 5. Saskatchewan 32. Harris under pressure, fumbles the ball. It pops out, and now they'll battle for it. Oakman trying to get in there, and it's still sitting there. Finally, they blow it down. Jamin Pelly picks it up. But I'm not sure what this ruling was on the field.
What a great move by Elliott Brown in the defensive line. He lines up in a 2-point stance right here, and he puts on a spin move on Nick Jones to get to Trevor Harris. Up the field, spin move inside, and he's right in the face of Trevor Harris, creates the fumble.
It will be Saskatchewan ball, a loss of 11.
Well, clearly that was a fumble, so I'm not sure. They're saying they blew it dead at some point, but
wow. Riders dodge a bullet there. Edmonton's defense, way too many guys on the field right now. Count them up as it's dumped off. Mass confusion
Well, there's way too many Elks on the field because they didn't think they were having
players on the defense. 10-yard penalty. We're going to replay second down.
And I think there's one back here too. See Elliott Brown trying to get off. But I think they thought that they had possession of the ball. The defense, part of them came off, and then they tried to hustle back on. So the ruling on that fumble by Trevor Harris was that they blew it dead when they thought the Riders had recovered.
Yeah. 2nd and 6. Harris over the middle. And that is close, very close to a first down. He gets it to Emelis. Just short, looks like.
Harris looking to the bench for short yardage team. He wants to make sure that
they're going to opt to kick it away.
Wow. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Most of the time, coaches have been short yardage team for sure inside of a yard.
3rd and inches.
Maybe they're trying to draw him offside.
Korshak kicks it in the direction of Purifoy. Takes it cleanly after a 44-yard kick. 5-yard return. Nowhere to go, and Edmonton will get the ball back. Their season on the line. 10 minutes to play. Mathis,
king of the board.
But Gino too. MBT, 1st and 10. Tevin Jones, nowhere to go. Milligan,
first guy
Henderson.
There. Yep.
CJ Avery all in the mix.
It's a great example of the little things that Milligan does, because he was the first guy to this play, but it's not just being first, it's being first with the right angle and making sure that you see how he goes to the outside shoulder. He knows where his teammates are coming from. They're coming from inside out, so he goes outside shoulder, keeps square, gets contact, and he knows he's got help coming in inside. If he goes inside, the receiver makes a play.
4 to the left, 2 to the right. Quickly to Gino Lewis. He's got a first down and more. Up to midfield. Taken down inside the 50. A big strike from MBT to Eugene Lewis. And Edmonton's in business.
CJ Avery, Jameer Thurman right up in the line of scrimmage. Easy read, pre-snap for McLeod Bethel-Thompson. He's got the slant to his #1 target, Gino Lewis, and nice 25-yard gain with some yak yards after the fact.
MBT now over 300. He's at 323. Harris is at 348. Edmonton with the ball here. MBT pressured, throws. Did it get there in time? A flag on the play. Looking for Mitchell.
Yeah, they may say early contact here. The hit in the back to Dylan Mitchell. That flag came out pretty quickly. Get a good look at it here in this ISO look to Dylan Mitchell. Is that early contact?
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding Edmonton number 76. Defensive pass interference. Saskatchewan number 16. Those penalties are offsetting. We're going to replay the down.
Offsetting penalties. And we'll go 1st and 10 again.
Jacob Zod on the holding on Anthony Lanier. And you saw Amari Henderson.
He arrived just early. 23rd career 300-yard game for McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Needs some more yards here. Right over the middle again to Jones. He gets popped by CJ Rivas after he had to reach behind himself to haul that one in.
Well, and as far as active players go, Eugene Lewis takes over top spot. Nice catch by Jones. Going to take a hit there from Revis, and second and medium.
Just the third catch of the game for the former Rider. Edmonton needs 5 more yards here for a first down. Leak out to the left. They'll give it to him. Great tackle from Milligan. Forced him out short of the first down marker. And it'll be a third down decision for Jarius Jackson.
Yeah, and short by a good yard and a half, maybe 2. So a tough decision here, although with 7:46 left, they're going to go.
What a play by Milligan.
And he knew exactly where the first down marker was and made sure he put Coach Jarius Jackson into a tough decision here.
A stop here from the Riders defense would go a long way towards trying to clinch that playoff spot. They'll run it. Leak trying to push it ahead. Can he get some help? He does. And that's going to be a first down, Edmonton. Secondary push gets it done.
Well, I'll tell you what, they haven't had that big number in the run game, Edmonton, tonight, but that's an important 3 yards right there. Initial hit there made by C.J. Avery.
Elks will work from the Saskatchewan 35. McLeod Bethel Thompson over the middle. Ooh. Kevin Jones hauls it in again, and C.J. Revis punishes him again.
Well, that's back-to-back, same drive. 84 and number 1, just locking horns here. Elks.
I get it. I get it.
No, I just was wondering if you're...
I mean, Elks don't have horns, they have antlers, but I get it. Either way, a heavy collision.
On the same drive from the same 2 guys.
2nd and 4 for MBT. They'll clear out Leak to the left. McLeod Bethel Thompson throws it in that direction. Leak lays out. Did he get that? Oh, man, what a play. They're going to mark him down just short. 28. Needed about 28 and a half, I guess.
Fields and Avery are arguing that that ball hit the turf. We'll get another look at it, but is this another catch? And the tailback's getting involved in the big catches that we've been watching tonight. He juggles it. I don't know. That's there. I think they're taking a look at it.
Yep. Under review as a scoring play.
Scoring or potential scoring play are automatically reviewed by the command center. No challenge needed here. The question is, did the turf help Leak make this catch?
So, but if they say he caught it, will it be a touchdown? Because if not, it really wasn't a scoring play because it was
not a scoring play, or it's scoring or potentially scoring. But yeah, that I think the ground helped him.
Helped a bit there, didn't it?
I think he took that off the turf.
Watching on the big screen here at Commonwealth, Leak and Mitchell. Mitchell's going to say a catch. Wouldn't say anything otherwise. But
well, it's an unreal effort, and especially that he's juggling it as he's going down. But I think the top of the ball hit the turf right there.
Let's get the ruling.
Upon review by the command center, the ruling on the field is overturned to an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. The Riders fans in attendance are loving it.
And after that great play by Leak, getting that close, he pats himself, showing the sideline that should have caught it clean the first time and probably scored, but the command center got the rule right there.
Edmonton is going to take the 3 points, which really doesn't change much
No, but lots of time.
Lots of time, but you're still going to need a touchdown no matter what, right?
Yeah. But
which I think is why we saw some boos here. They wanted him to go for it, but 3rd and 4, and Jarius Jackson will take the 3 if they hit it.
They still need a touchdown, but with 6 minutes in Canadian football,
a couple of cracks at it.
Well, at least 2 or 3
maybe another
possessions
field goal along the way.
Exactly.
But Beaty's got to hit this first order of business. That one is up, and he's got it. And we've got a 4-point ball game here in Edmonton. Javon Leake did his best. Just moved a bit on him.
Back inside Commonwealth Stadium, certainly some frustration on the Elks sideline after that catch was overturned. McLeod Bethel Thompson kind of staring at the side of an official's head and then had a few words for him. Then he went back out onto the field, a few more words for the officials before heading back to the sideline and getting back to work. But definitely the coaching staff not happy either, guys, with the way that call went.
I think they got the right. You got the right answer. Command center.
This ball gets stripped out. Whistle had gone. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I think the command center got that one right. Let's take a look here. Was Frankie Hickson down?
I think his left knee was down, wasn't it? Big 2nd down here, though. Trevor Harris looking to pick up a 1st down and not give this ball back to Edmonton right away. 50% on 2nd down conversion so far tonight for Harris and the Riders offense. Elks will send 5. Harris out to his left. Now down the field, intercepted by Purifoy. He takes it away just inside the 40. And it'll be thrown down on the logo at midfield. 2nd interception of the game for Trevor Harris.
Trevor Harris thought he had Stearns down the seam. After he scrambles, the protection breaks down, and he thought he had Stearns going right down the seam here. Purifoy looks like he's going the opposite direction, then turns his hips, and because of the pressure, I think Trevor Harris just lost where the safety was. Jared Stearns going right down. He's got his man beat. But Purifoy switched his hips and got right back into the play.
5th interception of the season for Purifoy. May have just kept Edmonton's season alive if they can do anything with it. MBT's going to be hit as he throws. Cox was there, and it's ruled incomplete.
Oh, this is scary stuff. When, initially we've seen the quarterback move the safety tonight and get the one-on-one matchup he wants, and it's turned out well for both McLeod Bethel Thompson and Trevor Harris. That time the safety baited the quarterback in Luchez Purifoy, baiting Trevor Harris going one side and then flipping around, coming back to the field, and Trevor Harris, because of the scramble, lost contact with the safety.
2nd and 10 after an incompletion. Big 2nd down, both sides of the ball here. 3 options out to the right for McLeod Bethel Thompson. That's where he looks first. That's where he throws. He's got Gittins, but it's well short of the 1st down marker. And that'll bring up 3rd, and no hesitation. Julian will come out and kick it away with 4 minutes left. So nothing to show for that turnover from Purifoy.
Now Jake Julian has a big leg, and we know that. You've talked about that, but he needs to get this out of bounds and play the field position game. This is an important kick, first of all, to keep it out of the hands of Mario Alford, but also to get it out of bounds inside the 15.
This is end over end. Alford takes it just inside the 10. Can they contain him? They will. Short return as he steps out of bounds. And Trevor Harris, unscathed, will get the ball back with 3:31 remaining in the game.
Yeah, he got a big 2 and out from his defense. And that sudden change, the momentum changes so drastically in a football game after an interception or a block kick. Those are the 2 big plays that can do it. And you just hope your defense can get that quick stopping, grab the momentum back.
Harris, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. And we've got a 4-point ball game. Riders win, sends them to the postseason, and it sends Edmonton packing. Strive will start on their own 18. Harris, they'll move him to his right. Has a ton of room, and he's going to take off. No slide, goes head first. Waiting there for him was Niles Morgan after a 4-yard pickup.
Doesn't matter what quarterbacks, when I see them get out there in the open field. I mean, maybe Trey Ford's a different story, but these pocket guys go down. Here we go.
We've hit 3 minutes. Buckle up. This is going to be a great finish with so much on the line. Edmonton trying to keep their playoff hopes alive as Riders Nation awaits a possible clinching scenario.
Come on. Handcuff fries, hands off mine. Yeah. Nacho fries. Salsa, cheese sauce, sour cream. Delicious and just for me. That's right. They're nacho fries. Nacho.
Give your taste buds something to sing about at New York Fries.
Feels like home near the mountains where I grew up. I was adopted by school teachers who taught me that in Canada, if you worked at it, you could climb any mountain. People don't feel that way now. In fact, it feels like we're all a long way from home. Our youth can't even afford homes or food. Debt, taxes, and crime are up. Jobs are down. Immigration is broken. Woke obsessions dishonor our history, destroy our education, degrade our military, divide our people. But common sense will lead us home. We'll cap spending, axe taxes, reward work, build homes, uphold families, stop crime, secure borders, rearm our forces, restore our freedom, and unite our people with common values, common sense, common hope for our common home, Canada. Let's bring it home.
Snack and play for your next family game night with Nintendo Switch, Orville Redenbacher, and Pogo. Enter for a chance to win at orvillepogo.ca.
Well, we should not be surprised that we've got another tight one here. It's been tight in about 2/3 of the games in the league this year.
41 of 69 games, decided in the final 3 minutes. Every play matters, including extra points after touchdowns. And it was interesting last night in BC. Rick Campbell at halftime told his guys, embrace close games. They got it done in BC.
2nd and 6 and flags. "13 of the last 14 games between these two teams have been decided in the final 3 minutes. Riders have won 7 of the last 10 against Edmonton.
Defensive offside. Edmonton number 49. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Daniel Joseph. 5-yard penalty. Jackson's not happy. And now it'll be 2nd and 1. They trail by 4. Could be 3. Boris Beattie hit an upright on an extra point.
Yeah.
And they trail by 4.
Looms large now. So does the challenge that was lost by Jarius Jackson, but a new set of downs here for Saskatchewan is the starting point.
Patterson needs just a yard. Pushing ahead, not gonna get it.
Didn't get it.
He's drilled back, might have lost a yard on the play.
Didn't get it, and I don't think Corey Mace is going to mess with this. He's got to punt it.
Oh, they did lose a yard. Yeah, it'll be 3rd and a long 2 here.
I was going to say, if Shea Patterson just falls forward and even gets, to within a few inches, they go for it on 3rd down just to grind this clock down even more. But now, because he's hit behind the line and loses a yard.
That was Oakman who bust through the line.
Was it? Yeah, 91.
And then Bynum's there to finish.
What a play. Sean Oakman brought over with Derek Moncrief and has just brought a ton of leadership to this defense. Huge play in short yardage.
Edmonton about to get the ball back. Korsak waits. He'll let this fly from about his own 15. Dylan Mitchell slides to his left, takes it after a 51-yard kick, has nowhere to go. Back just outside the 35, and that's where McLeod Bethel-Thompson will get the ball.
So a guy you can really trust, especially tonight. Eugene Lewis made some spectacular catches tonight, and for active players, moved into top spot. TD in 6 straight games now.
What a run.
And if you're McLeod Bethel-Thompson with just over 2 minutes to go, 87's got to be a prime target.
He's caught 5 of 6 thrown in his direction. Riders defense will back off a bit. They'll throw it underneath. And that's Tevin Jones, just enough for a first down.
Yeah, the Riders defensively can't get too soft here. I mean, it's 2 minutes, 13 seconds is lots of time to basically run your offense. And if you can get 8 to 10 on those underneath throws or the check down throws to tailback, you can get down into scoring position pretty quickly.
Javon Leake in to the left of his quarterback. Now they'll get it to him. He's got some room, looking to get out of bounds, and that is what he will do after a pickup of close to 4.
Yeah, now Leake is thinking about the clock here, but at 2 minutes, he really could have just gone for as many positive yards as he needed.
I was a little surprised when he took off straight to the sideline.
Because I think he had an opportunity for some more yards down the field, but he headed straight for the sideline. Got 3 yards, and that's it.
Second down from the Edmonton 53. Bethel-Thompson gets it away. Another first down.
Oh.
Ball pops out. Riders are going to hop on it. And now there's a battle still bouncing around. And the Riders say they have it, and they do. Saskatchewan's defense may have just sealed this thing away with a playoff spot within their grasp now.
Not on McLeod Thompson. Not tonight. This ball is punched out. This is a forced fumble. I believe it's Amari Henderson, number 16, on Curly Gittins. Watch the right arm here. Bam! Punch the ball out from behind. Fumble. And CJ Rivas, first game back from injury, jumps on it.
10th catch of the game for Gittins. Ends with a fumble. 1:45 on the clock. Riders 1:45 away from booking that ticket to the postseason. Great play by Henderson.
Well, and Curly Gittins didn't know he was getting tracked down from behind there. He was looking at the tacklers coming from right to left and in front of him. Having said that, you need to secure the ball, but what a play by Amari Henderson to punch it out from behind.
Edmonton's defense got to get a stop right here. 2nd and 7. Just over a minute and 20 seconds left. Harris looks to his left, pressured, throws it incomplete. No flags anywhere on the field, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Cordell Jackson and Stearns, I believe, got tied up. I believe those were the 2 players. There was kind of a train wreck right around where this ball was thrown. In fact, Jackson's slow to get up here.
Yeah, when the ball fell incomplete, everybody sort of just looked at each other. That's why I looked to see if there was a flag anywhere because of the collision.
Top left corner of your screen. And I think that Corey Mace may want to take a look at this.
Yeah, they're going to challenge.
To see if there's, because that's where
Saskatchewan is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference on their receiver number 83. The play will be reviewed.
That was the direction that Trevor Harris threw the football.
So a challenge from Mace. He's challenged 7 times this year, has only won 2 of them.
Well, he might have something here. I mean, this is Emilus here, and Cordell Jackson's going to run with him and then collide later in the play with Stearns. So that looks like it's incidental, but he's saying that there's enough contact in there, especially even with Emilus, to draw a penalty flag, and the ball bounced right in that area. So
now they said, I don't think they can look at it for Emilus because he said that it was against on Stearns, basically the defending of Stearns, right? That's how it was announced, that there was pass interference against 83. So now it comes down to, and where does an accidental factor in here?
No, I don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's either pass interference or it's not. And Cordell Jackson made contact with Stearns, knocked him down.
That's probably going to be PI then.
Yeah, I mean, and Trevor Harris, by throwing it in that area, and I'm not sure if he did that on purpose, knowing that he wasn't looking at a completion, but possibly a challenge here.
All right, let's get the official ruling on the field.
After review by the command center, there was defensive pass interference on Edmonton number 15. Automatic first down for Saskatchewan.
First down for the Riders with just 1:17 left.
There is accidental pass interference where legs get tied up. And
where feet cross up, right? That's why I was wondering about the accidental.
But the Stearns, like, this is eliminating the receiver. Even though it looked like an accident by Cordell Jackson.
I think it was, but
what doesn't matter?
What do you do there?
Got knocked down, yeah.
He was almost kind of being tagged along with, might have been holding Emilus a little bit, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. Riders in full control now.
Yeah, you almost think one more first down should do it.
That'll do her. No timeouts for Edmonton. They'll work from their own 52 here. Frankie Hickson stands in to the left of Trevor Harris. They give it to him. Hickson up the middle, back to just beyond the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:13 on the clock.
Now this is that balancing act for Trevor Harris. He wants to complete this for a first down, grind the clock down in this game, but he doesn't want to turn it over and give McLeod Bethel Thompson half the field. And that's the balancing act that happens here.
What will Edmonton do defensively here on a 2nd and 9? Will they send some pressure? They do. Harris in the pocket, near side, got it for a first down. Keyshawn Johnson is there to deliver the final dagger for the Riders.
You know, you could tell that Trevor Harris felt the pressure, but he hung in there. Waited an extra second, got Keyshawn Johnson open, and there's some excellent understanding of the time and on the clock, where they are on the marker, for Keyshawn Johnson to just protect the football from getting stripped after the catch.
Needed 10 yards, got 11. And that'll send the fans here at Commonwealth home disappointed. Hickson up the middle, a couple of yards on the first down, 42 seconds remaining.
What a night for Trevor Harris. Just when he is on like he was tonight, 358 yards, a couple of interceptions, but those were plays made by the Edmonton defense, just like Roland Milliken got his 8. That was a great defensive play. Cordell Jackson had one. But this is a big night. Key throws and responses early in the game when McLeod Bethel Thompson put a touchdown on the board. Saskatchewan came back.
2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground with Hickson. He stopped, but the clock ticking inside 19 seconds.
Well, it looks like home field comes down to next week for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I mean, they will host, and they get the BC Lions at home next week.
What a game that is.
I can hear the ticket line at Mosaic Stadium ringing off the hook right now.
This is in. It'll be sold out as Trevor Harris about to take a knee and about to take the Riders into the postseason. 28-24, the final Edmonton season that started in disaster ends in heartbreak, and the Riders are playoff bound.
Great challenge by Corey Mace late in that. There was no flag on that pass interference that allowed Trevor Harris to finish the final minute and a half of this game. Edmonton's got some players here. I know they're not going to make the playoffs this year, but they've got some players. Your city will be buzzing about what happens for the last couple of games here in Edmonton as they start to look ahead to next year and maybe play spoiler to finish off the regular season. But you got an MOP vote right now. Who do you got? Who's your top guys?
I mean, I've been talking Roland Milligan since like week 4. I know it's so rare for that side of the ball to take it home, but he's legitimately in the conversation and has been consistently throughout the entire season.
Yeah, and you know, all due respect with guys like Brady Oliveira in Winnipeg, and Bo Levi Mitchell certainly in Hamilton. Well, still a couple of games to go, but I'll tell you what, right now, if I'm voting, I'm checking the box that has Milligan 0 beside it. Another big game.
4 more tackles, an interception, league leading 8. And the Riders are playoff bound. They'll battle the Lions next week at home in Regina for a home playoff date. That should be a good one. For Edmonton, you start the season 0-7. You probably don't deserve to be in the playoffs anyway. And more questions down the stretch for the Elks. 28-24, the final. Sports Center is next with Jermaine Franklin and Nikki Reyes. Good night.